Let's get started building your XHTML C folder structure. Let's look at the folder structure again and see if we can duplicate it in Dreamweaver. So I'm in Dreamweaver now, and these are my local files. Here's my public_HTML folder that I created on my local files, and under it is a week 3. And by the way, I called this top level folder here my site root folder. Okay, my local site root folder. Under it's a week 3 folder I created, and I'm going to show you how to create some folders. I need to create several, so I right click on week 3 and I choose new folder from the drop down. And I need several folders. So one of them is Alta Vista. I right click, make another one, and I'm going to call it Google this time. Right click, make another one. I'm going to call this one Yahoo. Right click and create one last one called Images. This is my main images. Okay, now under Alta Vista, I need to create a new folder called Images. Under Google, a new folder called Images. And under Yahoo, a new folder called, you guessed it, Images. Now let's look at our folder structure again. It disappeared on me. And you'll notice that under the images folders are several images, like the How Stuff Works logo, the Weather Channel logo, a mountain bike, a picture of Madonna, and so on and so forth. So we need to go grab those images somewhere. So I'm going to go to the web, and I've gone ahead and done this a little bit beforehand to kind of prepare for this video. What I've done is opened up several tabs with all the images in the order that I'm going to save them. So I'm going to Alta Vista, altavista.com, and out here at altavista.com, I just right click on the logo. And if it's a logo that can be saved, you'll get a menu that looks similar to this. And Save Image As is an option, or Save Image, something like that, if you're on Internet Explorer or Mac. And you can save to wherever you've put your stuff. And here's my public_HTML folder, week 3, my Alta Vista folder, and under images, I'm going to rename it Alta Vista. No spaces, no special characters. Don't worry about putting an extension on it. It will be saved out with an extension. And there it is being saved. Okay, next. How Stuff Works. Save Image As. I'm in the right folder already, so How Stuff Works. I would go and remove these hyphens. I don't like those. And I'm going to go to my next one. The Weather Channel. And this is the best I could do for this one. Maybe I could search on Google. The Weather Channel. And just find an image for them. There it is. And right click, Save Image As. The Weather Channel logo. Look at that. They put some underscores there for you. That would be just fine. I prefer that it's lowercase though. So I'm just going to rename it myself. Weather logo. Next, here's Google. Right click, Save Image As. Google logo. Now, look where I am. If I go up 2 levels, I was down in the Alta Vista folder. I need to go up so that I can get back to my week 3 folder and then get to my Google folder and then my images folder. And that's where I want to save my Google logo. And I pulled up a picture of Madonna, so we'll save her there as well. Madonna, Madonna. She's a cool lady. And here's a picture of a mountain bike. Save Image As. Well, that was a long name. Mountain bike. And next is Yahoo. I'm going to right click, save image as, and I have to go up, and then down into my Yahoo folder, images, Yahoo logo, and Snopes. Here's my Snopes, save image as, Snopes. And I think this is the last one, Wired, save image as, Wired. So let's look and see what's happened in Dreamweaver now. If I refresh, sometimes you need to do that. Here's the button for it. You can see all of these images that I just grabbed down from the web, and they're now in their appropriate folders. So under Alta Vista, here's all my images that I need. Under Google, here's my images. Under Yahoo, here are my images. So what do we do next? Let's go back to the instructions. Alright, so I recommended that you start with the Alta Vista page, and then what you can do after you create this page is make several copies of it. And you could use my naming scheme here, or you could do something a little more generic. I'm going to go the more generic path. So I need a div navigation. So let's go into Dreamweaver, and I'm going to start a new document. And go into the code view. And hopefully if you have your Dreamweaver set up right, you'll get an HTML 1.0 strict page. Okay, and make sure you always put a title. I'm going to go ahead and put a title first. You can do it here, or, well, I don't see, here it is. It's because my window's so small, but there's a title up here on this toolbar where you can type it in there as well. But since we're in the code, it's good to learn it both ways, because you never know. Sometimes you're working in code, sometimes you're working in the interface. You need to know where things are in both places. So here's a title, and this is going to be my Alta Vista page. And if you remember, titles what shows up in that blue title bar that says Internet Explorer, Alta Vista page, Internet Explorer, or Alta Vista page, Firefox. It'll show up in that blue bar up at the top. Alright, so what I want to do, let me show you, I need to create a division. And inside of that division, I need to have these hyperlinks in that order. So let's see if we can get that done. Okay, so I type a div out, and if I open a div, I want to make sure that I close it. So there's my first div, and inside of it I want to have, you can't have text by itself, so I'm probably going to need a paragraph. And here we go, home space pipe space Alta Vista space pipe space Google and Yahoo. Okay, and I make sure I close my paragraph. That's very important. So now I have this division with the paragraph in it, and we'll look in design view, and you can see that Dreamweaver will put, just for you to be able to know that there's a division there, it will put these little dash marks around the text to indicate that there's a division there. Okay, now I'm going to show you something pretty cool that I think you're going to like. Here's how you create a hyperlink, right? You do an href equals and some path to something. What we're going to do is a for these navigation items, a site root relative path. Site root relative. We know that always begins with a /. Okay, and on your site, if you're doing what I think you are, and you'll have to see if this makes sense on your own site, you type a /, which means that starts you at your public_HTML folder. That's your site root. And then you'll have to say week 3 / XHTML C / we're trying to point to the home page, so it would just be index.htm. That's the name of this page that we're about to save. But index.htm is a special page, so you don't have to type it out here. So we've gone far enough, and that should work. Okay? And I close that, and then I go over here and I do my closing A tag. Okay? So there we go. And there's my first hyperlink. And let's see what it looks like in design view. Good. There's another way that you can do this. Highlight the text. You could do it there or in design view. And under, if you have this text highlighted, down here there's this property inspector bar. And you could browse for one of your local files. Here's the thing though, you don't have any local files created. You don't even have this file created. Let's go ahead and save it. Save week 3. Look at what I did. I didn't even make an XHTML folder. That's fine. We'll just save this right here. We'll call it index.htm. Okay, that means I have to go in and change this path. I didn't add an XHTML folder. So right here under week 3, we're going to have something called index.htm. But again, you don't have to type this part out. We'll go ahead and leave it, just to illustrate the point of what it's pointing to. Okay, now, if you want to get to Alta Vista, let's go to Design View. And like I said, you could browse if you have a file here, or you could type a link here. Here's a site root relative link. We are going to go to week 3 / Alta Vista / index.htm. We're going to be creating an index page under the Alta Vista page, Alta Vista folder. And if you hit enter, look there. Now you've created a hyperlink. Let's look at the code. Same thing. See how that is? It specifies a path all the way from the site root down. And look, I didn't even have to do my closing A for this Alta Vista. Dreamweaver did it for me. Okay. Let's do Google / week 03 / Google index.htm. And let's do Yahoo. Yahoo / index.htm. Let's save my page. There it is, index.htm. Always save often. Okay, and one more thing that we need to do. This division, we never gave it a name, so let's go ahead and do that. Div ID equals, and I'm just going to call it div nav. And I just like to put the div as part of the name because it indicates what it is. That's this ID. If I were just looking at an ID called navigation or header or something like that, well, I guess that would work too. But I like to know that this is a division, and also name my images similarly. Alright, we'll pick this up in the next video, and we'll learn how to do the remaining body of our Alta Vista page.